you doing?
In this algebra class at Smyrna High School, it takes more than formulas and calculators to teach the students. All of them barely speak English. Most rarely attended school until last year. So their teacher uses a different approach.
Ready? You don't let me dance by myself. I used a lot of music. I used some movement with hands. We got to move it. When are we going to move it? Up or down? Down. It's so surprising how much it'll resonate, and they'll remember it with songs.
Robert Drake admits he's a very physical math teacher, no matter who his students are. But Drake never expected to teach English language learners until a few years ago when Smyrna High was suddenly faced with an influx of refugee students from Burma, a population known as the Karen.
Some of these people can do the math concepts. Some of these are struggling because they haven't been in school since 4th grade. They've lived in a refugee camp. Left. Wait a minute. How do you say left in Karen? As I try and struggle with their language, it's okay for them to struggle with my language, and it's okay. And I think they like it that I have to, say in words and try to say the words. Ajit, right? Ajit, left. I think it encourages them to learn. Left, right. We got to get that.
When Drake's best efforts don't convey the message, he calls on a more advanced Karen student to help. This unorthodox method of teaching math is okay by Smyrna High administration. Drake says school officials know that for these ELL students to graduate, the school must offer more than teaching as usual. Smyrna High allows so-called sheltered classes that group together students who don't speak English for certain core subjects like math, science, and history. Colin Olson is an ELL teacher here who pushed for sheltered classes and hiring people like Drake who are willing to tackle teaching these students at the risk of a good evaluation.
It's also a different kind of teaching, so not everyone is interested in doing that. And then with standards and testing becoming more important and more challenging and possibly pay being tied to it, I can't really blame anyone for saying no.
Olson says the real need is more flexibility in state graduation requirements for ELL students, giving them 5 years instead of 4 to graduate and dropping some requirements altogether.
They're very hard workers. Most of them understand the opportunity that they have here, and they will work. That's how it works in the real world. You work in the real world, do all what's asked of you and more, and you'll do well. And that's why in my class, I'm not going to fail you because of what your past is and what you know, and I'm going to fail you because you don't do my work.
For the Southern Education Desk, I'm LaTanya Turner, Nashville Public Television.
The Southern Education Desk and American Graduate are made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.